Okay, this is something that... Oh yeah, okay. It started off with impatience, that's what happened. So I was just sort of sitting there and I was trying to resolve, this issue. It's sort of like an ongoing thing that I have to resolve in the next few days. And then a thought came up that said, just do it now. You gotta act now, do something now. And with it came this sort of anxious and kind of impatient type energy. I don't know how to best quantify that, but it's just sort of an anxious feeling of, let's do something about this situation right now. When there's a natural resolution that, it's like it has its own pace, but there's a sense that I need to act on it right now. And that brought me back to something that I think I've read on Greg Goode's website, which was heartofnow.com. I don't know where I found it, but just to give credit where credit's due, Greg was talking about his, the person that was talking about his work, Greg's work, talking about his dissertation or his thesis in the University of Rochester, I believe, which was, is it ever rational to be impatient? And that's what hit me when I acted out of impatience, trying to resolve a situation on my own terms because I think that I should be able to do it at a certain time. So basically I had the sense, okay, let's act now, let's do it now, based on an impatient energy that came up in the body because of a belief. The belief that if I don't act now, things will get bad, which is just a thought coming out of nowhere. So I started using that as a means of inquiry. It's like, let's look more deeply at this impatience thing, because I've been impatient more often than not in my life, to be honest, and it's gotten me in trouble more often than not as well. So let's take a deeper look at what impatience really is, and if it is rational to ever be impatient. So in really looking at it, it's like, okay, well, if I examine it, what does impatience mean? It means I want another time. It means I want there to be another time. I want to get to another time than this. Okay, so that goes against all of our spiritual teachings, about living in the moment and all that. So impatience necessarily predicates living with a future more important than the present, because I want to make something happen that I imagine. It has to be an imagination. And of course it implies separation, that I'm separate from reality and I can affect an outcome through my action. But there's a real belief in separation in that impatience, because it feels like I'm apart from what is, trying to act on it for my own benefit. So that brings in the whole question of control, that something separate can control what is, or control an aspect of what is for its own gain. So it brings in everything. It brings in all of these little angles that we can look in terms of the real core of the issue, which is separation, the belief that I'm separate, the belief that I'm apart from God or totality or wholeness. So the conclusion is, of course, that it seems to always be insane to be impatient, because being impatient is actually predicated on other assumptions, that all feed back into this core belief of separation and, well, that's it, of separation and everything that stems from that. So you have time and space, the belief that there's a better time and a better place that I'm trying to get to in this moment. And then of course the separation. So that's it. It's never rational to be impatient, and it always is based on an illusion. Thank you.